Welcome to the Lovely Important Nonsense. This is your host, Joe Fucarino, with
Matt Spellin.
Hey,
Damn,
I
son.
feel like I had to grab the sky for that one.
Wow. I can't. You actually did it right. You know,
I've been watching you.
You actually did it right, yo.
He's like anybody else. I don't know.
Scott tried that shit one day. I was just like, I was critiquing her the whole time. I was like, yo, you gotta. Were you?
Wait a minute. Did we just think of a challenge?
What the Matt? The call you. Oh, how would you do that? The intro challenge.
The Lynn challenge. You should start that.
I like it.
And then the best person, you got to give them some.
Bring them on the podcast and you interview them.
Oh, no.
Well, what if they're in like Ireland?
I give them
What if they're really far?
We'll come up with it. Let's come up with it after the show.
Yeah, but a little challenge. Have people send in videos.
I should have like a little picture of me doing this.
Demonizing himself on TikTok. I guess he could TikTok that.
I'm demonizing myself on TikTok. Listen, I got some hit ups about that. They was
What do you mean?
like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I got the messages. Ooh, I was like, you know,
you got the vibes.
What you want me to do?
So what's up, sir? We switching roles today. A little role reversals with me and Matt do. Pause.
Yeah, you know I gotta bring down the entertainment because today's gonna be it's the lovely important. It's a lovely series about mental health, and I guess there were guns on me.
Yes,
but since I can't fully interview myself about this situation, right? Because I go off on my own things and start bugging out. I think last time we had to trash it. Right?
Nah, it was
good.
good.
We trash it? Nah. We trashed it.
We did?
Yeah, we didn't put it out because I started bugging on people.
Or did we?
No, I started bugging on people. That's the one that you was like, oh, upset. Kat was upset at me. She was like, you can't be talking shit, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, all right. But she was right. Because
gotta save those for the paid version.
Yeah, but also she was right. I was more attacking because of, what I was saying or whatever. So I was just like, all right, I can't do that shit myself. So,
you looking fresh today with the new shirt.
You make it sound like I don't look fresh on a regular basis.
Nah, you do. You be doing.
It's the weekend. I'm not wearing gym clothes.
He's like, I'm not coming here looking like a trainer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look like a trainer. I've been trying to change up my wardrobe now. Like it's, I've been looking at it, and I've been wearing pretty much the same clothes for like the last 2 to 3 years. Or something like that.
Nah, but you leveled up. I will say I've been around you for those few years, and you've leveled up the wardrobe. I definitely see it.
Thank you. It's not like I couldn't get new wardrobe. I just hate shopping.
Yeah. And you're simple minded, and it's fun. It's funny.
Very simple.
they were actually clowning my one of my speakers that I watch, and they were like, "Yeah, you watch this. You wear the same exact polo every single episode."
Yeah.
But son, you don't think about it. You think of the bigger stuff.
Yeah. I just think about what's necessary for that moment.
Word.
Yeah. So
Word.
My clothes work. It works. I'm just gonna keep going.
And what you been doing, man? What you been up to? Tell the people, man.
Man, have my brand Bulletproof, which we've been running hard on. It's been my main source of income. Also, I do like trading now, and I'm always in some type of hustle. The pandemic didn't slow me down. I pretty much sped up.
Yeah, he was like, nah. He's like, I'm gonna stay busy.
Besides that, I'm a family man. I got kids is doing a lot of work. It's just been a lot going on.
Word.
Not a lot of time. Just moving.
Kids getting big.
Kids getting huge.
Homeschool.
Let me tell you, you don't really know how much boys can eat, yo. I fight my sons every day out of the kitchen. I think I'll have I have a meeting with Kat early in the daytime, and Kat would hear me probably trying to get my kids out the kitchen 25% of 50% of the time we're on the phone. Right. So it's
get out the kitchen.
But kids, it's a real thing. We all know, like, you pour a juice and you drink one little sip of the juice and then it's just sitting there.
You also got to be entertaining and stuff like that to them because you got to keep their attention with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to get lost into their own thing for too long, you know, because that also creates weird habits and anxieties and crap like that. So,
Now, how old are your kids again? Because
my son is 4. Yes, my son is 4. My daughter is about to be 8 this month, and my youngest is about to be 3.
3. Wow. So you're 8-year-old. So you were actually pretty not young father, but young father.
No.
How old were you when she was
27 when I had my first kid. So I would say that was like in my peer group, I was late to the game.
Late, but still.
Yeah.
Late to some people, but that's still also early though.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I never wanted to be a dad. If I always said I didn't want to be a father first. Let me honestly, I didn't want to be a father, but like I said, if I was gonna be one, I didn't want to be like an old father. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be like 40.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense. If you're 40, you know, you could keep up. That's great. But like, I didn't want to be 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just me personally. So
you want to be able to like hang out with the kids.
I always thought also around 40, I don't want to be thinking about children.
You want to be done.
Yeah, I want to be done. Yeah, I want the kids to be like, yo, where dad at? You know, what's dad doing?
You're right. And the flip side of that is really interesting because a lot of times people are the opposite. Yeah, people want to party first.
No. I'm not really a big partier anyway. You know what I'm saying?
What was that transition like, man? Because I think it's really, really interesting the fact of that. And it brings me to something that I'm going to be launching eventually with therapy.
Right.
But you're a great father. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And no, for real. And
thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
I appreciate that as just another human because there's not many of that. You know what I'm saying, in the world, and it's rare. And even though it's kind of sad to think that, or even, you know what I'm saying, it's rare. It's rare for there to be many good fathers.
I feel like it's not as uncommon to have a father around as it used to be. You know, I think now. I think more people grew up without fathers that this generation or our generation is now being more of fathers to their kids. You know what I mean? I still think like we're still healing from the time where there was a lot of absentee fathers and stuff like that. But I do feel like there is like change coming and there is a growth happening in the nation where there are more dads in the household, you know? It's just what I see. Because it's, even like the ignorant ones, you don't really see a lot of them still try to be fathers in some type of way, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you got that one. Don't get me wrong. Listen, there's always the exception. I don't want anybody to hit me up and be like, well, you haven't seen my baby daddy. I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Like, I understand there are always exceptions, but like, I do feel like there is like some type of growth when it comes down to fatherhood.
I agree with you to a point that I do think that we are getting a lot better, but I still think though, unfortunately now, I think a lot of dudes just put on a really good front, or you don't even know they have kids.
That is true. I did know a female who was dealing with a guy who just pretty much pretended like he was this great dad or whatever, but never really seen their kid or whatever.
Good.
Just got tested. We're good, son. Don't
worry. No, you're good. You're good.
But like, yeah, I do feel like there is some type of growth. Because I did know, like I said, I knew a female. There was a guy, he was putting a front online, like, oh, me and my kid, blah, blah, blah. Probably had like 20 photos that he shipped out every once in a while or whatever to show that he was with the kid, but he haven't seen the kid in weeks or whatever. And so there are those type of guys, but for the most part, I hope maybe I'm just being optimistic. And because I'm the type of father that wants to be around their kid, I'm hoping everybody else wants to be around their kid. So maybe that could also be a thing.
Yeah, no, you're optimistic about it.
I'm me thinking about it right now. I'm just kind of like maybe I am just kind of like being a little bit subjective about the whole situation.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Now also because you have 3 children, right? And you have so much going on. Like when do you get that me time?
Not really. It doesn't really exist. But like, you know what I've been doing lately is trying to find a balance. And especially, I mean, it's funny that you talk about that because especially very recently, like as of like few days ago. That's all kind of one of the things that's been like taking over my brain of trying to find like a balance between like being there and not being there, you know what I'm saying? Or just having a little breath or a few moments alone or whatever. Because I am, at the same time, I am one of those guys that like to be by himself, you know? I like to kind of like, that's how I kind of decompress. I kind of like have to get everybody away from me and it's gonna
breathe,
you know? So like, I am trying to find that balance and stuff like that, and it's but it's a learning thing. Like every year, I'm gonna have to adjust because there's 3 of them, so one person needs to become different than the other, and you have to attend to that as it changes. You know, it is what it is.
And as the ages, as they get older,
as they go,
one's going through one phase when the other one's gonna get to that phase.
Why I didn't want to be a 4-year-old with kids, because I already know how I was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I like to be very attentive in my kid's life or whatever, because you know, I wasn't one of those kids that had parents who was attentive in theirs, so I'm always on top of mine. I want to know what they doing. I'm probably gonna be at every game and events that they're gonna have or whatever, or not, or lose a job for it. And I think that's another reason why I feel like I have to be an entrepreneur, because like I don't want to miss things.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're your own boss, then I can kind of dictate my times.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When did you realize that? Was there a moments like I 100% get you. Like I had a couple moments. I mean, I was working a full-time job, and then it was like, wait a minute, I get out at 9 p.m. and she goes to bed at 9:30 when I was still living with, and it's like, wait a minute, what? What about you? Like
those moments hardly very recently. Not probably before the pandemic hit. Like right before, because that's all I did was work. That's all I do. You know how I am.
Yeah.
I have like fucking 4 jobs if I can. You know, I work like a goddamn I work like a goddamn monster, yo. But you do realize you bring in all this money or whatever, but you lose all this other stuff, like all the other important things, like the time and the first this and all that stuff. And I know for some guys it doesn't matter, but to me it mattered. So
of course.
I was like, I had to figure out a way. And then also, I was never really good with taking this sucks. I was never really good with authority, right? And not the fact that I didn't like having a boss. I just didn't like someone being bossy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that would turn me completely against you, you know, like once you start talking. So I usually go to these jobs and whatever, and something happen, and then I'll lose interest in the company, right? And that'll be it. I just didn't want to. Like either in the or something weird would happen where me and the company will have to part ways. It was always something, and I was just like, you know what? If I just put all my chips in, like, what's the worst gonna happen? The same shit's happening right now. Like, want to be broke? I'm I'm already broke. Let me just put all my chips in and see what happens.
Might as well. Exactly.
Might as well. I'm already here. And then now because I was able to do that, I was able to now shift my time and be able to give them the time that they was never able to get before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Now, going back to that me time, now what would you tell someone else that is like struggling with that because they have to raise the child? Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes even there's a lot of single parents that, you know, their me time is in the bathroom. Like they can't even get out the house.
You do got to find the balance, and it is, that's true. It is. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a time where niggas used to slipped off into the bathroom or into a back room real quick or whatever, because I needed to, like, even while I'm watching them, sometimes like they'll be doing something crazy, and I was like, let me not go nuts because they're so young, and let me slip off somewhere real quick and just chill, you know, for a moment. A good thing is that I have a very like intelligent daughter, right? So she could kind of like, I could be on some like, hey, Daddy's right here. Okay, I hear everything. Just, can you just keep them chill for a second or whatever, or just occupy them for a second, and she could understand that, whatever. Well, not really understand, but like as I understand as much as a freaking 7-year-old will understand.
Yeah, and it gets a little easier as she gets older.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I get hurt because of stuff like that. She knows, like, okay. I try to show her, like, okay, sometimes you, except for spazzing out, you need to just just take a break, take a breath real quick, and then come back and deal with the situation, as much as I can, because Daddy is a freaking loose cannon, So I try not to show her bad habits, by trying to give her good habits, is giving me good habits.
Exactly.
So that's pretty much that's that situation.
Word. What do you feel like you've done in the last couple of years to aid your mental health? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything you do, any best practices, or just like,
I'll be honest with you, I took the crazy road to try to fix my brain to what I thought was wrong with my brain. I took the crazy road. Like, I experimented with shit and, whatever. Not in hard. Like, I wasn't like freaking on heroin or shit. But I think I told it before. Like, I did LSD trips and I did all that nonsense, right? But when you come, what really helped was just the pause, just taking a pause for things, just relaxing. For like, no matter what, like, just say if I came in here and you wanted to, I don't know, let's just say you decided today was a day you wanted to fight Matthew or something like that, and you went off for blah, 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 blah. And instead of me just being like, I'm going to elbow strike you in the mouth, I'm just going to be like, in my head, I give myself a countdown. You know what I mean? Like, now that countdown for me is very important. Like, I'll just, like, except for just, and then destroying everything which I like to do. Right, I'm the burn type of building type of guy. Exactly. Like, I'll burn the house down. Pretty much, you could talk to any of my past relationship. I'll bring the fucking house down. Yeah. Right, but what happened? Except now, I just give myself. Maybe that comes with maturity also, but I just give myself the 5-second count. And I say, if anything, if I can't think of a different solution within that 5-second countdown, then we have to go to whatever point that we are at, so because of that, it's something so simple that helped my mental so much, you know what I mean? Because then I realized certain things aren't as serious as I make it, you know? Or maybe you got things mixed up. Maybe you got things confused, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, being able to not just judge and understand more.
I'm, slow down and listen for a quick second. Even like, I'll tell you a quick trick on like how I learned how to talk to people. Even like giving someone a second extra to talk, like, like instead of just being like, hey, yada 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 yada, and then you going da 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 da, right? And then I'm telling you, well, this is the reason, da da da. Instead of doing all that, I'll stop. I won't say anything. I'll just like, even if I think I have the answer, I won't say nothing. I'll just let you continue going, because the funny thing is, sometimes people already know what's wrong, right? They just didn't get to the answer yet. They just need someone to hear them, so they'll just keep going, and then all of a sudden it'll dawn on them and be like, fuck, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for me telling them I know the answer and shit like that.
Exactly.
And being the guy that always think they know the answer rubs people the wrong way.
Word.
So that's I don't know why that helped, but it just did. It helped me kind of like the little pauses kind of helped me like understand things a little bit better. I judge things a little bit slower.
No, but how does that work even like within yourself? Like, because also I know you personally, right? So I know you get, and you've even admitted, you've talked about it on the show, like, and even just in joking, right? But you're like competitive, right? Now, do you feel like you're competitive in all aspects of life?
Yeah. Right? Once I feel like I'm good at something, I feel like I'm the best at it.
Okay. So what?
Pretty much.
So, but with that, right? So where's that balance of? Because I noticed like, especially if we're talking like mental health, right? And I think a lot of times when people get upset, they get depressed, or they feel like they're having a mental health breakdown or anything, right? I think a lot of times it comes down to really just feeling usually either alone or not good enough, right? So it's like, I also think about when you're not feeling not good enough, I think sometimes that's when people get very competitive because they're like, damn, well, I'm not good enough, so I got to go harder. I got to compete.
Very true. I could tell you that self-diagnosing or whatever, I could tell you that the feeling of not being good enough, and I think I had this conversation today, it's ongoing. It's never ending. Like, that's almost all I think about sometimes.
Yeah.
Not being the best at something, or even though I know, like, I'm not willing to put in certain energies to try to be the best at that or whatever, it'll bother me.
Yeah.
It'll bother me. It'll bother me. And it'll bother me how other people see me.
Your perception.
Their perception of me and the idea that they have of me, because I don't understand that.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it does drive me crazy at a point, but because I'm able to like take a breath and like to pause for a second, I give myself a second to forgive myself for feeling that way, and allow me to keep moving forward. Because if not, I'll dwell on it. I'll just dwell on it. I'm like, fuck, I think about that shit constantly.
I know, and I think
I told, like, you talked before, and and I was just like, dude, I don't stop. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. Like, my brain just.
Well, I think it goes also in a competitive nature, and I think it could really make or break people depending on how they see it.
Oh yeah,
like if they see it as a competitive nature, as in it's like fun, or it's personal development, right? If you're just trying to be better, competitive in that aspect, there's one way. But then I also think it could be very detrimental because, okay, why are you doing that? It's because you feel like you're just not good enough, or you're questioning all the time.
Yeah, you're constantly questioning who you are or what your value is as a person. Yeah. To me, I need to feel valuable in a way, right? I need to feel strong within myself, like, because I know what it feels like for my mind to break.
Yeah.
Which scares the shit out of me, because when my mind breaks, it's pretty much not me anymore in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta when you're in, and then also if you do have that competitive side of you, when you do fail at it, right? It's not normal. I don't know. I want to take anything away from anybody else's situation, but it's like the world stopped. That's how it feels. Like, exactly. No matter what it is, it could be something solely stupid. Solely stupid. Maybe you played blackjack for like 10 days or some shit like that. You was icing everybody, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can't get up for nothing. That would drive you insane. Like, you'd be like, what happened to me, man? Like, I don't know the skills. And then now that's what you're thinking about, and yada, 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 right? It drives other people away.
Yeah. But have you gotten better with that, you feel like, with age? Or
I did. I gotten better since I had babies, too.
Okay.
I'm not going to always put that on them. I was trying to get better before that. But, like, when they got there, it felt like my priority had to shift to like something else than trying to be number one. That's, I don't know, I guess
whatever,
fucking breathing, I guess. I don't even know. Dude, I used to have a motto. I used to walk around and say I'm the best in the world. It was I used to really feel that way, I didn't care anybody say. I didn't care. I'm not gonna say that I still don't feel like I'm awesome. But
no, and we all should feel like we're awesome. It's just I think some people have a hard time, like you said, when you fuck up at the blackjack or whatever the case is. When you fuck up, a lot of times people get lost there.
But too much, like what I say, it was pride. Yeah, too much pride. But pride was my way of getting glorification for anything. I had to be the prideful guy. And I had to be the best at what I did. So if I wasn't the best at what I did, that means I wasn't going to feel any type of love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my way of feeling anything. I need to be good. That was it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But after a while, like, again, you fail at a number of things. You become you crash, and you hit rock bottom, and you get up, and then you hit rock bottom, and then you want it all to be over, and then you realize you ain't got no fucking choices in that, and so you got no choice but to come back up. And then I had my kid, and then priorities kind of like took over for that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's bigger than you.
Yeah,
at
it became
point.
bigger.
Bigger
It became bigger than what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. From home. Can you check, please? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we might be looking.
Who's? Oh, it's good. It's cool. It was from Roy. Roy. Yeah. Yeah. Roy. Yeah. No, you're good. Thank you. I appreciate that though.
What was his name? R-U-I?
Roy. Yeah. He spells it R-U-I.
Oh, that's your dad?
No.
Oh,
My friend.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I
Whoa.
appreciate it. Just can you take a photo of what time it is on the phone, and then we'll get right back into it. Just so I timestamp that.
Yeah.
Get back into it.
We're 27 minutes in.
Okay. There you go. I still got to dig a little more deeper, a little bit more.
Feel like I need to go smoke.
He's like, after this conference. So with the kids, you know, like I said, I think that helps people, depending on how they see the situation and who they truly are in their heart, it really will make you understand that it's bigger than you.
Right.
Because a lot of times when we're feeling that way, we're so focused on just ourselves. And it's like, sometimes it's either two ways. Like sometimes I see people go through it and I'm just like, yo, it's not always all about you.
Right.
You know, like it's not always like, some people get very, very like super in their feelings, thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough for me. Like they feel so attacked with it. But sometimes it's like, yo, like it's not even like that deep.
Yo, kids could become an anchor for sure. But you know, what I realize is that I am getting to a point where I have to release them as my anchor. You get what I'm saying? But I do, but they
What do you mean by
great,
that?
you could be great. No, because after a while, it's like everything.
You said anchor. Okay.
I said kids could be
confused. I thought you said release my anger. I'm like,
no. Kids could be an anchor.
Anchor.
Yeah,
okay.
Anchor. They could ground you. They could bring you.
Well, I don't want to get mad to get canceled.
No. Yeah, they're the force of my anger. They're good too.
No,
shit, talking about get the right kid, yo. I seen a little Johnny Badasses at the fucking parks every once in a while. Yeah, but they could be a great anchor, but like at the same time, you have to remember, and even this is things I gotta tell myself. Yeah. Like you gotta remember that you have to release them, and one day they will, you know, they're gonna go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. In whatever shape or form, they're gonna end up going, and then what happens to you? Yeah, you know what I mean. What do you become at that point?
After that point, yeah, when you don't.
And at that point, you're trying to refine yourself. I don't want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they get out of there, I want them to be like, oh shit, Dad's, you know, living his life or whatever. I don't want to be like on their ass unless I have to be. You know, but definitely gonna be on that.
Yeah, no, of 1,000%.
But like, you know, you want to raise good kids, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, man. It really builds you. Now. Also with that too, because a couple of things you said, you know, you were like, well, you know, you're the type of guy that like you're not gonna put up with no shit, right?
No, I really.
So if a job, you know, wherever
we like, got stories behind me and jobs.
No, but we don't have to go into. It's just an example. Like, so you'll dip, right?
Yeah,
if a client is giving you issues, you're gonna dip.
Yeah, it's just pretty much. Yeah, if a client gives you problems,
if like a gym membership is gonna give you shit, you out, right?
I'm out of here. This is what you talking about.
So
okay.
A lot of people are like that, right?
Right. Yeah. You stand up for yourself.
Now, because a lot of people have those things. A lot of people are very like, okay, the littlest thing, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm not. And some people could say it's a healthy thing. Some people could say it's not healthy. Because are you trying to fix the relationship? So where I'm getting at is, you know, we've all had those moments with children and marriages and things like that. What keeps you not doing the same thing there?
What wait,
unfortunately, a lot of people will have those mentalities, right? A lot of people will say, you know what, the second, like, I'm not feeling something, right? I'm gonna leave.
Okay, I go what you're saying.
You know, because we all have those issues. We all have moments like in a relationship where we're like, we want to be like deuces.
You mean like as a dad and everything?
Yeah,
why
everything.
I don't just
because it can motivate a dad that just says,
Nah, dude, because I'm not a piece of shit. I don't have that bone in my body that tells me to flee when I'm afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fear. You know, that's some dude, he got afraid of whatever he was afraid of. You know what I'm saying? And he decided to run away. Yeah. You know, but I like to think of myself as being brave in that sense because, like, I don't, like, it doesn't matter if something tells me I'm afraid of, when I'm afraid of something, I'd like to think of it like, I like to be like, okay, Matt, you need to pretend you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're only afraid when you act like you're afraid. Yeah. If you're running away, you're afraid. I'm not afraid. Or if I am afraid, and you know what? To be honest with you, having kids is scary. Like having all this responsibility is scary. But at the same time, you know, you conquer your fear and you deal with it because it's your responsibility. Yeah. All right. As a human, man, woman, whatever you are, you know, if you want to be a fucking alien, you know.
Yeah, you know, because I think you do a really good balance of that. Because I do think it's like a personality trait that sometimes people have. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're not feeling something, no matter what it is, deuces. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you do a great balance of knowing what to do it with.
What's my saying? I usually tell Kat, I got a strong back, yeah.
A strong what?
I got a strong back.
Exactly. Yeah. But for the right things.
Right. I carry what
like you know, where do you think you learned that? Like knowing what to say deuces from, or even now, like what is your things like, okay, you know what, I'm not liking how this is going, I'm not gonna try to mend it or heal it. Like let's just say a friendship, right? Let's just say me and you went through something. Okay. What is that deciding factor to saying, you know what, I'm gonna call Joe and I'm gonna work it out, or I'm just gonna say I'm on to the next one?
The loyalty. Okay. The loyalty is the deciding factor. Yeah. I don't know any other way. I'm from the hood at the end of the day. If you're not loyal, then we got nothing. So if me and you went through something, we could have scuffled in his house, right? Yeah. But now if you're like talking to like the ops, right, about me, there's no mending between me and you no more because you're no longer loyal to whatever we had. Yeah. You know what I mean? I could have came back and been on something like, hey man, let's just let's fix this. You know? Let's make this right. But if the loyalty is not there, you know, like it's been friends that we don't talk for weeks or months or even a year or whatever, but I'm loyal to them to this day. If they call me, they know, you know, there's no you know what I'm saying? Like even I got old friendships and all that stuff. But once you cross the line of being disloyal, what's the point? Yeah. What's the point? I can't trust you with anything because that means once your feelings is hurt or whatever, you're gonna do some disloyal shit again. Yeah. So I don't fuck with disloyal people.
No, but or just not even people, because you know, because I'm not even talking to person. Like,
no, I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, that's what I mean.
General,
in general, it will be. It
makes sense.
Will come down
like,
to loyalty.
Even like the silly conversation you had about the gym last week. Even that, like, they weren't being loyal to you.
There wasn't. Yeah, I was loyal to them for 3 years. I didn't. I never stepped on anybody's toes. I was quiet. I made sure everything was cleaned up. Blah blah blah. They never had a problem with me before. You know. Yeah. You know, they was able to switch people in and out for me, and you know, they at the end of the day. They thought about their pockets first. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they weren't being loyal back.
They wasn't being loyal back. So I said, okay, it's fine. Right. I'm not going to be mad at you. This is your business. I just get up and I left. I just won't bring anybody back here.
That's dope. See, we got that. We got down there because it's just because a lot of people don't, I think, even look at the loyalty. Yeah. I think a lot of people just say, oh, you know what? Conflict, I'm out. I'm running away.
Look, if we have an issue, if me and a person have an issue, that's fine. Right. Yeah. But if we're loyal, right? If you're loyal to to me or if I'm loyal to you, if you have an issue, it's my job to come help you. Right? If we're friends, let's just be friends. If me and you had a falling out, right?
Yeah.
But if we're still friends and you call me, I gotta come. Or I gotta, or whatever, because at the end of the day, no matter how I feel about you, how I felt about that situation, that shouldn't change our relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about anything.
Word.
And I think if you start, and it took a long time for me to get to that point because I did have that circle of disloyal people around me for a long time. But you don't see it that way. You're just like, okay, you're pissed off at them for this time. You're pissed off at them now, and whatever. And this person heard about this now, and all of a sudden why is that happening? No. Yeah. I cut ties with everybody if I got to, and I cut ties with a business. I cut ties with anything. But once I see a little bit of that little disloyalty, I stop fucking with you.
Word.
That's just pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Nah, and it was just interesting just to find that balance. A lot of times people probably don't even know where to try to look for that balance. You know, people don't know where to look for because also we live in a world of like whole, on social media, everyone's like, oh, well, if it ain't for you, cut it off, blah, blah, blah. And I think sometimes people will just either cut off things in life. Like I said, children, or baby mothers or wives or husbands and want to get a divorce and not even want to work it out. So that's why I'm, you have that good balance of saying, well, this one we're going to work on.
Right.
This one, no loyalty at all. Deuces. It's finding that balance.
You gotta pick your
battles.
Pick your battles, man. You gotta pick your battles. If you're not willing to suffer the consequences, then maybe you shouldn't be in that fight. So just pick your battles very wisely. And then again, that comes with I think that comes with age. You kind of had to been through some shit and learn some shit to understand. There's a time and place for things, and there's a time and place for not things. That's what's pretty much it, though. I just stay strong, guys. Stay strong, men and women out there.
Word.
I just try.
Now, who checks on you? You check on other people, right?
I'm the checker.
Who checks on you?
I don't know. Do I really? Cat checks on me sometimes. I'm usually, yeah, pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't know about what
I check on this guy time to time.
I don't know what checking means. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? Like someone just hits you up and say what's good with you?
Nah, making sure you're
good. I'm very anti, you know what I'm saying? After
anti what?
I like to be by myself. I like to be solo. So I get real anti sometimes. Sometimes I look at my phone, it's weird when it's ringing. And I'm like, who the fuck is?
Why are you calling me?
Who is this person? But yeah. That's pretty much. I'm usually a checker.
All right. And then the last question I got for you is, what do you what's something that you've done, beyond or even with that pause or maybe something else that you've done to kind of help yourself and how you feel on a daily basis that someone else can maybe implement in their life?
Something I've done daily to what helped me with my
either daily, weekly, just something you've done. Like for example, mine was self-assessment was huge for me. What's something that you feel that maybe is it working out? Is it
what I realized the importance of a routine. I realized I've been off a routine for a long time, and I see what happens to me, and I see what happens to people when you're off your routine. You get a little, because when you're on a routine, just maybe it's just a morning routine, you start to understand the value of your time. You get what I'm saying? You start to remember how much time is in a second, how much time is in a minute, what you have to do within this time. And I'm not trying to say it jump starts you and but it makes your productivity just a little bit more, because now you're a little bit more conscious of when and how you have to do things, because your time management has to be on point. So myself, I'm back trying to get back on that. Been doing a lot of. I rewrote my whole scheduling and everything like that, and it's like, just trying to. If you find it, and also anything, you got to do something good for yourself early in the morning. Whenever you wake up, you got to do one thing nice for yourself.
Like what?
Like, it don't matter. Whatever your thing is. I don't know. It has to be something for yourself. It can't be draining or whatever. It can't be like, but it got to be, it could be draining if you like to work out and stuff. But like, it has to be something nice for yourself, And I think by doing that, you just start your day better, because you got that one enjoyment out the way. And you can start your day.
Start the day fresh.
Start the day fresh. Put it part of your routine, and just so now you got something to look forward to every time you wake up and do stuff. My bad. Did we run this?
Word.
We ran this. Okay.
Oh, you good? Yeah.
Damn, we packed it in.
You good?
All right, so I feel like I went way too mellow tone on this one, man. It's just.
He couldn't go nonsense. He started switching it up.
I tried it. I almost switched it back, but I was like, let me stay focused.
I almost switched it real back when he said you got to wake up in the morning and do something good for yourself. I'm like, does jerking off in the morning count?
I was thinking that in my head. That's funny as hell. I was thinking that in my head.
Wait, this goes nonsense real quick. I'm like, wait a minute.
Nah.
But then you said, nah, because if it gets you tired, because then you're going to knock back out. And that's why sometimes I sleep in late.
You got to do what you got to do,
You knock
baby.
right back out and then it's over. He's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Wake up back at 1 o'clock. Like, damn. I shouldn't have looked at that girl on IG.
I'll say leave the masturbation alone, yo. Just leave it alone early in the morning. I ain't gonna hold you, yo. It's hard. It's probably hard. But like, yo, you gotta
the cat's like, yo,
maybe
why am I
first
here?
thing in the morning, yo, you gotta probably like let it go. Like, just chill.
Literally let it go?
No, just chill. Because remember, the first one in the morning is your body telling you that you're alive. It is. It's your body legit telling. It's a way you can look it up.
No, you're
it's
right.
The way the man body calibrates itself. Okay, when you don't get hard in the morning, something ain't going so well that day. It could be mental, it could be biological, whatever. But whatever, This is just me getting into my bulletproof shit. It was your boy Matt.
Wait, what if the female does it for you? Never mind.
I know, right? You know what I'm saying? But next time.
Another
episode. Thank you.
No. Do the full closeout.
Okay. This is the lovely series of mental health with Matt Spelling. When Joe tried to dive into the brain of Matt Spelling, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm sweating underneath my fucking collar. It's your boy Matt Spelling with Joe Fucarino.
We out. Documentary coming soon.
Doc.